Welcome to this lesson on lactic acid fermentation. This is a fascinating process that occurs in your muscle cells during intense physical activity. When you exercise vigorously, your muscles need energy fast, and lactic acid fermentation provides that emergency energy supply. Today, we'll explore how this process works, why it causes muscle fatigue, and what happens to lactate after exercise. Let's start with a crucial question. What happens when muscle cells need energy faster than oxygen can be delivered? During intense exercise like sprinting or heavy lifting, your muscles work so hard that your bloodstream cannot supply oxygen quickly enough. This creates an energy crisis. Your cells still need adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, to power muscle contractions, but the normal aerobic respiration pathway requires oxygen. This is where fermentation becomes essential for survival. There are two main ways cells produce energy. With oxygen present, cellular respiration produces approximately 36 ATP molecules per glucose molecule. This is highly efficient and occurs in the mitochondria. However, without oxygen, cells must rely on fermentation, which produces only 2 ATP molecules per glucose molecule. While this is far less efficient, it's much faster and can keep muscles functioning when oxygen is limited. This trade-off between efficiency and speed is critical during anaerobic conditions. Here's the simplified equation for lactic acid fermentation. First, glucose is broken down into 2 pyruvate molecules during glycolysis. Then, in the absence of oxygen, each pyruvate molecule is converted into lactate, also known as lactic acid. This process regenerates 2 ATP molecules. While this may seem like a small amount of energy, it happens very quickly and allows glycolysis to continue running when oxygen is unavailable. Let's break down the process into 3 key steps. Step 1. Glycolysis breaks down 1 glucose molecule into 2 pyruvate molecules, producing 2 ATP and 2 NADH in the process. Step 2. Without oxygen available, pyruvate is converted directly to lactate by the enzyme lactate dehydrogenase. Step 3. During this conversion, NADH is oxidized back to NAD+. This regeneration of NAD+ is absolutely critical because glycolysis cannot continue without it. By recycling NAD+, fermentation ensures that glycolysis can keep producing ATP rapidly. So why do your muscles feel tired and burn during intense exercise? The answer lies in lactate accumulation. As lactic acid fermentation continues, lactate builds up in muscle cells. This accumulation lowers the pH, making the cellular environment more acidic. The increased acidity interferes with enzyme function and disrupts the proteins responsible for muscle contraction. This is what causes that burning sensation and eventual muscle fatigue. Your muscles aren't actually damaged, they're just operating in suboptimal chemical conditions. Once you stop exercising and catch your breath, recovery begins. The lactate that built up in your muscles doesn't just disappear. Instead, it's transported through the bloodstream to the liver. In the liver, lactate is converted back to glucose through a process called the Cori cycle. This glucose can then be released back into the bloodstream and used by muscles for energy or stored as glycogen for future use. This recycling system is remarkably efficient and explains why rest and recovery are so important after intense exercise. Let's summarize the 3 key takeaways from this lesson. First, lactic acid fermentation provides quick energy during intense exercise when oxygen is limited. It produces ATP rapidly, even though it's not as efficient as aerobic respiration. Second, fermentation is a temporary solution. It's less efficient than cellular respiration, but absolutely vital for survival during anaerobic conditions. Third, the process is reversible. Lactate produced during exercise is recycled back to glucose when oxygen becomes available again. Understanding lactic acid fermentation helps explain how your body adapts to different exercise intensities and why recovery is essential.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.